This video has been brought to you guys by 2 Cheap Cars, so let's jump right in. Some stuff said in this video will be controversial, but you turned down multi-millions from Nike so you can make billions from your own brand, you better be Jordan. If not, you got it coming. But I find it hysterical how LeVar Ball built this whole thing up. Safe to say, this Looney Tune would kill us all if he was an architect. Basically, the entire Big Baller brand, the corporation, the franchise, whatever you want to call it, is built on the shoulders of Lonzo Ball. Truly hilarious. LeVar pretty much said, I'll take care of all the mouth action and all the talking, but don't you dare expect me to back it up on the court or something. Or like, through physical activity or something. That's all on you. And with all the pressure mounting square on Lonzo's chest, what happened? Well, a player has weaknesses and strengths coming into the NBA. Lonzo showed about 95% of his weaknesses and 5% of his strength. This all stems back to Chino Hills, and it's only gonna look worse from here on out for his other brothers. Chino Hills won so many games, they didn't even bother to actually fix Lonzo's fundamentals, or teach him proper basketball. If you want to have fun but develop an absolutely cancerous style of basketball, consider going to Chino Hills. Then, Lonzo went to UCLA, and there's no doubt, he was talented enough at that point to succeed. Just natural, raw talent. It all worked. He was also more disciplined at that age than the other bros are. A serious side note, if LaMelo even thinks of attempting a half-court shot in college, he'd literally be sent home. On the spot. But Lonzo didn't do anything crazy. He played his game, the passing was generational, and the shooting was good enough to trick us. Good enough to fool just about every dick rider there is. You see, people don't use brain power nowadays. People enjoy sitting on their ass and just absorbing whatever highlights and mixtapes are put in front of them. For me, it wasn't a hard realization to come to. So let me put it simply. There was no way in shit that Lonzo's shot was gonna translate to the NBA. Not a chance in hell. I mean, just look at it. Ask yourself, how, by the law of physics even, is this supposed to work? You want to compare him to Shawn Marion? Well, Marion was in legendary offenses and played with legendary playmakers his entire career, and still was a pretty bad shooter. And it doesn't end there. His entire game is wonky. But let's analyze the shooting. I said it before, but I don't want to brag about it, mainly because it doesn't take a genius to figure out what's going on. He has to purposely shoot from further beyond the NBA three-point line because his shot has a wind-up process, and his release is relatively slow. So not only is he gonna struggle because of his bad technique, but that exact bad technique is gonna make for even worse technique. That's a mouthful, but think of when you lie to someone, then have to continue lying to cover up the other lies. It's just one big pile of cancer, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. Listen, the NBA three-point line is already far back. I mean, if you can consistently pull from there and make it look easy, you're on the next level. Lonzo having to force himself to step back even further, it's gonna make for a lot of shooting performances like this.
To your prediction from here, it's already done deal. I got the trophy already. You can't go wrong when you have 3 right ones. As you can tell, I got 3 ball boys.
Are they making the playoffs this year?
Guaranteed. They're going to make the playoffs. I don't see how they couldn't. Now, once you play fast, that's how Golden State's playing fast. Now, Lakers are back.
Watching this whole thing fall back on LeVar's head is gonna be pretty interesting. It's fine though. His adrenaline from the cocaine he pumps is gonna lower the pain. And his big body from all the beers he chugs is gonna make for good armor. You might want to learn a thing or two. Point 2. LeVar? Your IQ and ability to retain useful information seems highly limited. Lonzo has the most vile, unpleasant shooting technique we've ever seen. Am I even allowed to call this technique? Basically, his shooting and handles have been exposed. With his ball control, he has a hard time attacking the basket and will have a hard time creating for others. It's so bizarre the type of game he's constructed. To let your passing ability truly shine, you need to open it up with a great handle, which he doesn't have. Bad handles, great passing, not a good combination. Bad handles, good passing, bad finishing ability is an even worse combination, which Lonzo apparently has. I'm not entirely sure of his finishing ability as of yet, but it didn't look like NBA level from what I've seen so far. That is the end of this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. There should be a new one up soon, so make sure to tune in.